Fantastic. So, hi. Welcome to Matt Coughing.
I love this show.
It's like the worst show ever.
Just an hour of Matt coughing into a cup, into his hand, out into his...
Fourth of Forking Forkers. Me, your host, always Brian Dressel. With me, as always, is Matt. I gotta use this one. Zombie Dog, Diana, Princess of Wales, Dykes.
Great. So I die in a tunnel.
Yeah, running away from cameras.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't a fiery crash.
Was it
mangled.
not?
No,
Oh, it's like,
No, I don't think so.
it was mangled.
well, that sucks. And we also have
I think
Ryan.
I'd rather the fiery crash. I don't want to be mangled. Mangled sounds horrible.
It does. I think we've actually had this one before, so I'm going to skip that one. We're going to go to Ryan Prince Lutens.
I think we've had this one because we had the discussion about Moline killing him.
Oh yeah, we did have that one.
Yeah.
Well, I skipped a whole
All
bunch.
right, it worked because I live in Moline, so
It's still on brand of having nicknames that I cannot figure out which ones we've done before or not. I did change lists on Ranker. We are no longer with the best people of all time. Now we're on the 500 people we wish were still alive list. So the person we were talking about as our cold open started is most definitely not on this list.
correct.
Well, I'm sure there's some people who
No.
Yeah, fuck those people.
Yes.
So we missed a week in there, and I apologize. We should have had our new episode out last week. I've been traveling a lot, and then I got sick, and now we lost to Joel, but he'll be back. It's been a bit of a crazy summer.
I think he's gone down the back of my sofa. That's where Joel's usually end up.
I think they'd just end up in a Joel hole.
I'll have a rummage and drag it and find him.
Shut your Joel hole. Quit being such a Joel hole.
Oh, I'm not sure how much Joel would appreciate being turned into an insult, but it's a good insult, so let's not.
Well, he's gonna know about it because, like, as we've heard before, if he's not on them, he's more likely to listen to them.
It's true. What's up,
Hey, Joel.
Good plug.
Speaking of plugs, Ryan attempted to plug this very show on the set of The Good Place when he and I did a Universal tour. I don't think anybody paid attention to our plug, but Ryan did his best.
Those pricks. Not the people.
Were
that
you
did
literally just like
tours.
standing on the set going, "Hey, we have a podcast"?
I literally tried. It didn't work.
But it was
Who
still...
knew no one would listen from a man from Illinois? No one.
Yeah, on a tram where they're already listening to somebody they don't really want to listen to. Although our tram guides were great. I love the Universal 60th. If this comes out while it's still going on, you should go check it out. It's a lot of fun. And you live in LA. That's a lot of qualifiers, but
Brian and I went on the eve of the 60th. Really cool.
It's true. It was fun. All right, so we have 2 episodes on deck today, as we always do. Moving through season 3. Season 3 has been fantastic. It continues to be fantastic. And this one, we get a lot of Eleanor's mom, who is one of my favorite side characters in the entire show. So that is an absolute joy for me. And then after that, we are doing the worst possible use of free will. Also a good episode. Another good double up episode. We get another gift from The Good Place as they're giving us a very good pairing of episodes. This is Eleanor dealing with her mom. This is Eleanor dealing with her feelings about dealing with her mom. And it's not the funniest episode, the second one. It still has a lot of good moments, a couple great moments even. But it's not as much a knee slapper. Like, this is where they actually decide to take a beat and get emotional for a second. And it works, like it always does with this Forkin show.
Focuses more on the philosophy of the second episode, I think.
This show, it's funny, but it makes you think. It really makes you ponder things, and it's great.
Yeah, and this one keeps going, especially in the second episode we're covering today, where Eleanor goes through determinism. Is that it?
Yep.
Her freak out of determinism, and like that is like her and Michael really pull something off in that episode, and it is absolutely fantastic.
Did I look hot when I was bald? We'll get there.
No, but when you're spitting out all your teeth, that was pretty great. Again, we'll get there, because first we have to start with a fractured inheritance. This is Eleanor seeing her mom again after assuming, or not assuming, knowing that her mom is dead because her mom faked her own death in very much her style, and then moved to a different part of Arizona and started shacking up with some guy. And
It's Nevada, wasn't it?
was it Nevada? Okay,
I think so. Yeah.
So I just always think trash bag from Arizona, so that's just where my head always goes. But either way,
because I knew boyfriend is like an architect for like stuff in Vegas, and there's like
That's
even
right.
mention of something in Reno as well.
Yeah, it's a new Hooters. It's his
Yeah.
it's his masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's the first Hooters made out of bricks.
It's a classy Hooters. As,
it is very, very
there's
classy.
also the Subaru dealership / burlesque club as well.
Yes.
That was pretty good. Who's the guy who plays that? He's
John Daly.
John Daly, that's right. He's so funny.
He always makes me think of
or Andy Daly.
Is it Andy Daly?
Daly.
Yeah,
John
Andy
Daly's
Daly.
different. Andy Daly. It's Andy Daly.
Like,
John Daly's different. John Daly's talk show.
Oh, okay.
He always makes me think of the guy who voices Cyril in Archer, because they've got a very similar look to them. And I was watching thinking, which one is that? And I had to look it up and I was like, oh no, it's the other dude.
He gets me God, now I'm forgetting his name too. Dave Foley. I always think of these two. Like they get like I feel like they could play brothers in something and they'd be the most annoying and frustrating people to be around, but they'd be very funny. But Andy Daly in this is just fantastic, as he usually is. He plays like kind of one of his more sticky roles, kind of what he's known for, but it just works out very well, very, very well here, and it's funny.
And it's one of those things where it works great for one episode.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things like they get everything they can out of that one character in one episode, and it's brilliant for it. If it was one of those ones where, we'll keep these around for a couple of episodes, the joke might have like worn thin.
Yeah, but his one episode of being a very self-aware nerd who's just really into his like, yeah, my girlfriend used to be super edgy like that. Yeah. he plays it to a T. It's just fantastic. At the same time, we're gonna get this too. We have the B story, which is Tahani dealing with her sister Camilla, and we actually get some legit closure here with Camilla, which is really nice. Chidi's along for the ride. Jason's there too for some reason, because we're not just gonna get rid of him, but he kind of just fades away into this episode, which is fine. He gets his good zinger out there, which sets Chidi up for a joke at the end of the episode, which is also fantastic. Have we mentioned
him and Janet also go off and like find that there's a forged painting, and then Janet reforges the painting, but then like we're led to believe that they somehow swap it out, but I don't know how. Like
it's kind of like an odd C story that I never remember until I'm watching this episode. Then I forget the second I'm done watching this episode. It's like, I get it. They're there and they're very funny, but like the meat of this episode is Eleanor and her mom. And then like the side dish is absolutely Camilla and Tahani.
Oh yeah.
And then everything else is great.
It's a longer episode than a lot of the others as well. This one runs like 28 minutes.
Does it really?
Yeah. Well, the one I was watching like the Blu-ray one, so I don't know if it's like an extended version on the Blu-ray, but it's 28 minutes long.
I mean, it packs a ton in, so you could be
right.
So
it's possible that there was more in around the sort of the Jason and Janet stuff, and it just kind of that ended up getting cut.
It could be
because it's already quite a long episode as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like I said, that just kind of is there and then just isn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's really sort of strange. It's like a really strange kind of like add-on storyline.
And that's kind of what it felt like. Like this one, if Janet and Jason weren't there really at all, I don't think this episode would lose anything. Like, because the rest of the stuff is so good. But let's dial it back. Let's get this thing started where it starts, which is Eleanor and Michael sitting outside their house having this chat about, we need to make your mom better. We know that there's these problems. This is about her, not about you. Okay, open the door. How could you do this to me? Smash cut to credits. Like it's just the best. And then as soon as we get, I need to look up her name because I always forget it.
Leslie Grossman.
Leslie Grossman. Thank you. As soon as we get her in the show, the rest of the episode is just fantastic. And watching her try to deal with having her daughter there and then her stepdaughter. Is it her stepdaughter? Are they married?
I don't think they're married.
I don't think they're married. I think they're just sort of living together.
Okay, but she's like a mother figure to this daughter, and seeing how she has to deal with like being that figure that she never was for Eleanor while Eleanor's there. Leslie Grossman crushes this.
She does.
Like how she wasn't up for like one of those like guest appearances Emmys is beyond me.
Well, you know, and you see her you see her earlier, and she is just such a witch, to make sure we're using the proper phraseology and not use the B word. But she was just evil. Like, just the things that she would do in these flashbacks of Eleanor's life, to see how she was, and then to have, see her with this other girl and have her run for the PTA and just be supportive. You really feel what Eleanor says at the end of the episode, which we'll get to. But man, it's a really good arc, and I think that Emmy nomination was really well deserved, because you've seen her before, and now to see her, because this is her first guest spot in season 3, it's a complete 180, which is what this show is all about.
Yeah. Did she get the Emmy nomination? I was guessing. I didn't know.
Did you? I think she did.
I'm looking.
She should have done, like, especially when you compare it to like all the previous things we've seen of her. Like, we've got the episode where at Eleanor's dad's funeral, she's like screaming at the picture saying, haha, I'm still alive, and then slips Eleanor's then boyfriend her room card or something.
Yeah, the hotel room key.
And it's just like, Jesus, you are a monster. And then it's like the comparison from that to this, where, and it's like, it's no surprise that Eleanor thinks that it's an entire act, like, given how she's been in the past. Like, is it something like she's basically said that, oh yeah, your dog's dead or something?
Oh yeah,
get me another wine. And it's like Jesus.
Yeah, she was awful. And seeing her be good, I mean, and again, that's testament to how good Leslie Grossman is like, she's still playing that awful woman who's now caring. Like, she does both of it very well. If you're never a big fan of American Horror Story, the season she's in, she steals the show in like every episode she's in. She's one of my favorite people.
I mean, she's a Ryan Murphy staple, and I like Ryan Murphy, so
well, there you go. I only watched American Horror Story of his stuff, but that's fine. We're not a Ryan Murphy podcast yet. Just leave the door open in case it happens. I hope it doesn't, but it'd be fun if it did.
Murphy's Law, that'll be the name of the season.
That's pretty good. You can keep that in the back pocket. So now we have Eleanor. She's arriving. Michael is there with her, and Leslie still kind of hits on him a little bit, just a little bit. She can't fully get rid of her.
Tall, stretched out Alex Trebek. Calls him or something,
which is great. I love it. And we start meeting the family and everything, and Eleanor is just fully on her heels, and it's just oh God, like, but she's screwing these people over. She has to be screwing these people over, and spends the rest of the majority of the episode trying to figure out how her mom is actually screwing people over. At the same time, we start flipping over to the B story, where we have Camilla, her art installation, I guess it is. It's a whole museum, or whole wing of this museum dedicated to her art, which is apparently a bunch of boobs, and the distance of boobs, the different sizes of boobs.
Once you see it.
And at this art museum, she's making omelets for people. That is her art installation.
Which again can be boob-like in nature. Well, eggs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
My favorite is when she's making the omelets. Like, her new art exhibit is her making omelets. And Tahani gets so pissed off that she stops making omelets and puts it on Tahani. But then Tahani throws eggs.
Declines an omelet, and it's like, right, the exhibit is closed because my sister wouldn't have an omelet.
Right. But then later on, Tahani just gets so mad, she grabs 2 eggs and throws them at a painting. And someone goes, egg on egg. That's so... Oh, God, what's her sister name?
Camilla.
Yeah. That's so Camilla.
Camilla is a genius or something like that.
Yeah. It's so
those
good.
2 people who they just keep appearing in the background.
They do, just to rub it in.
It's like, if you had found out they were bad place demons, it would have tracked.
Yeah.
They were the worst.
Yeah, if they were still in the bad place, that would so be like bad place demons. Just every time like anything happens, they'd just be like going, "Oh, Camilla, she's so lovely. She's so wise. She's so great. She's so kind. She's so forgiving." I think they just say that actually at one point when she lets them go at the end.
Oh yeah, when she forgives them, she's so forgiving. And just Tahani's, Oh, the eye roll is so good. But I don't want to lose the fact that during all this, we finally get somebody else to interact with Camilla, which we really haven't had. And getting Chidi to interact with Camilla was one of the best things ever. Of just Camilla doing that weird, like, just grab at him. All of your fears are now mine. And just him coming back to Tahani. It's like, Camilla is amazing.
But then, oh God, what happens? But
that's
like
when she grabs the axe and like it's like
and she slams the table and Chidi goes,
and then you see
"Oh, my fears are mine again."
Just in the background. It's a brilliant line thing because it's not even like in total focus. It's just kind of in the background. You hear Chidi going, "Oh, my fears are mine again."
It's so good. That was gonna be my line, but I was like, I found someone that was
it's such a good line. Then we flip back where I'm going in complete order this time because I took somewhat okay notes. They fall apart, don't worry. I always do. We have
I'm gonna say like for all of the episodes, like
I mean, I took quite a bit. We'll see by the end of next week's second episode. We'll see how good my notes are. I had to watch all these on an iPad in my kitchen because my new internet will not let this play on my TV. I need to figure that out.
Call your internet provider and be like, "Yo, you want to go to the bad place or something?"
What the fork, man?
Maybe you are in the bad place.
I know a Doug.
Here we go. So back at the house, Eleanore is trying to deal with Dave, which is great as everything just bounces right off of him. Like he's just so positive. Like, listen, my mom is not who she says she is. She faked her own death. She does this. She does this. Yeah, I know. She told me all that. Kind of gets me going if I'm being honest. Like, it's just great stuff.
What is it? It's something like, oh yeah, she told me the first night. Well, not the first night. That was just all of sex or something. Yeah. And it's just something like, your mother's a very selfish lover. And you said it, Michael, yikes. Like, oh, no, it's fine. Because I don't know what I want.
Just that line of the very seriousness of your mother's a very selfish lover.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. At the same time, this is where we finally get like what is driving Eleanor's like very understandable rage at this moment. As she's running for PTA, she's calling out that she has this beautiful girl in the audience. Stand up, sweetheart. It's Dave's daughter. And Eleanor kind of snaps and she's like, because I need to know that this is fake. Because if this isn't fake, that says that my mom was capable of this the whole time. She wasn't this for me. And it's like, fuck, that's a good point, man. Like, yeah. I got nothing. That's a rough pill to swallow. That's life, and that sucks, but ow.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's you immediately like what Eleanor's sort of doing and what a lot of people would do in that situation is immediately take it on as, well, it's my fault then that she didn't change because obviously I wasn't good enough to make a change and this is, so how broken am I?
Yeah.
And it's such a relatable thing. Like, even if it's not your parents, like if you had good parents, hopefully any of you did. But like you've probably seen that with a significant other that you broke up with. Like where like, oh, I always wanted Julie to go hiking and she never went hiking with me. And then we broke up and her new boyfriend takes her hiking all the time and she never hiked with me. Like, what's wrong with me? Like, it's such a relatable thing that happens in life. It just happens and it sucks. And I love that conversation with Michael because he essentially says that. Like, I know I'm supposed to be cheering you up right now, but I got nothing. Like, yeah. Bites.
Yeah.
But it's more of a testament to this show that they sell that incredibly serious moment so well in such a goofy episode with all the crazy stuff that Leslie Grossman's doing as it keeps going.
That's the thing as well. It doesn't sort of like it lets the sort of the dramatic elements just sort of sit there as well.
Yeah.
Like, so there's comedy going on around it, but it allows those like serious moments to actually happen. Like, you know, you get the actual character moments, and you know, it's one of the things that this show's great at is, you know, having this sort of like great mixture of comedy and drama, and you know, the emotional beats when they hit, they really sort of like they go for the jugular. essentially. And every single time it's like, oh crap, like, you know, we had the last time I think we had one like this was end of season 2, where Michael basically sacrifices himself.
Yeah.
And like that again, it's one of those moments where it's like you've been in like a relatively wacky episode in the bad place, and then you've got this emotional moment that comes out of nowhere. And like the way that they do that so well is it takes you off guard because you're watching wacky shenanigans with Eleanor and Eleanor's mom, and then all of a sudden, oh, actual genuine human moment here.
Yeah. And yeah.
Agreed.
Back to the wackiness. Actually, no, we're not, because now we're going back over to Tahani and Camilla, where we finally get a very good look, and we've gotten a few, especially like when Tahani is like going through her good place test. Is that what it was with the judge, where she got to talk to her parents?
Yes. Yeah. It's basically, if you pass this test, you get
good place test works. But now we get like a legit moment of seeing how her parents parented the two of them, and of course they hate each other. How could they not? Her parents friggin' orchestrated it.
Of course, they turned out to be dysfunctional messes as well.
Yeah.
Like as Camilla might outwardly appear to be very sort of like successful and famous, but there's always this kind of thing of like she's surrounding herself with these people who don't really care about her. They're just sycophants to just, you know, no one like you know, if she were to just disappear, they'd just find someone else to latch on to. And that's the sort of thing. It's like, you know, that's what that's what actually happens when you have an upbringing as terrible as that. Like you're literally pitting them against each other all the time in a contest.
That contest is brutal. The whole like, so we want 2 paintings. The good one will hang up during our party, and the bad one will be in the fireplace at our party. Like, good Lord. Like,
it won't even be the fire. It will be used to start the fire as well. It'll be used as kindling to start the fire.
Mom wasn't too nice about it.
Holy shirt balls.
the fact that Tahani had to go deep in her memory to make her relationship work with Camilla through that pain is like, again, the depth of this show is, if you stop and think about it, it is really a deep show. Like, it is hilarious. Like, again, a lot of these episodes I'm busting up laughing out loud, but if you sit and you contemplate this, it is a really deep show. That the thing that these people go through to change is really deep.
Yeah. And like that moment between Tahani and Camilla was like the cathartic like closure I didn't know I needed in that relationship. But just when she's cuffed and she walks over and puts her hands around her and gives her the big hug, and she's like, let go of me. No, I'm hugging you, and you don't need to accept my apology because I love you. And it's like, why am I tearing up? No, stop it. We were just laughing at Chidi saying that she and her sister were the boobs. Like,
sorry, once you unsee it, or once you see it.
But like, that's
once Jason mentioned it, I can't not see it.
But she breaks through. She actually gets through to Camilla with like, oh, I can't say the word, Matt. You can quote it better than I can. Americans can't say wankers. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
What I love about that is, it like, as someone who knows that Americans don't really understand the fact that wanker is a swear word. Yeah. Like, and it's one of those ones that I think you would get past the censors. That to me, like they say it 3 times in quick succession. I'm sitting there thinking, did they do it that many times just to see if they could see how many they could get through past the censors? Like, is there like other takes of that where they just like, they were wankers, total wankers. Oh, they were such wankers. Oh, wankers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty funny. Yeah, we did not consider the swear word at all over here. But then again, we don't consider bloody a swear word either. Isn't that a swear word over there?
Not really. It's the way you get told off for saying it when you're a child, but
so like damn or ass here, like kind of like, yeah, I guess. Okay, that works.
Yeah, probably around that time. Like, you know, if you mix if you put bloody and hell together, whoa, when you're a child, that's like saying cunt.
Whoa.
But
it sounds so anyway. Cute coming out from little British children. Bloody hell. It's like,
bloody hell.
All right, back to the good place. The fun divergent to British swears. Let's we cut back to what is easily my favorite moment in all of season 3. I know that's a bold claim to throw out there, but Eleanor having her heart-to-heart with her mom is one of my favorite things
Your
ever.
basic stuff.
The you basic stuff.
Oh
and just
my God, it is so good.
the
I knew
very-
you'd love this. The minute I was watching, I'm going, Brian's going to love this.
You're not wrong.
This is probably going to be Brian's quote.
Oh, it definitely is. Leslie Grossman's whole line. Even if we say the whole thing right now, I have it all written down. It's absolutely my line. It's beautiful. But the way she seriously delivers that line of her mom going like on the defense, you're basic. No, mom, you're basic. It's just like, it's very seriously delivered. It's a heartfelt moment with the most ridiculous line. But then they actually sort things out, just like Camilla and Tahani did. And it's very fun compared to, say, last week's episode, where we have like, was it last week's? I know it was in the last recording session, Ballad of Donkey Doug, where it's like, we're gonna save, yeah, okay, we're gonna save Donkey Doug. Woo, that's a lost cause. We're gonna save Pillboy. That's a lot more reasonable. Sorry, I'm jumping way ahead here, but I'm not again. It's one of my favorite lines of all time.
You're jumping way ahead. You're jumping to like the last episode
of next
in this recording. This recording block.
I mentioned Pillboy and I just said, Dip, I'm not again.
I really enjoy how the heart-to-heart happens, because Eleanor has been trying to find the screw up of her mom, and it happens in the laundry room. No, that's my special detergent. No one can use it but me.
Oh, I wash my delicates with this. Like, you don't wash your bras. But I love how it comes back around after the whole your basic stuff as well, where she's like, is there cash in your bra? Yes, that's why I never wash them. Always or something. I think it says always. That's why I never wash them.
Yeah. But it all works out, and then Eleanor has her realization of like, this is great, but I guess because of the way I was raised, I'm incapable of love. That sucks. Anyway, want to get some hot dogs or hamburgers? I don't remember what she asked for.
Yeah.
And Michael has to be like, shirts. You have fallen in love before, and I guess I should explain that. And that leads us into the next episode, which is called The Worst Possible Use of Free Will.
I do have to say the very last line.
No.
Oh, you're gonna use? Is that your quote?
That's my line.
I just thought because it tied in very well to
it is, and that's why I chose it.
All right, Ryan, close your ears for a second. What were you about to say, Matt? Because I don't remember last line.
I won't say it. I'll let Ryan have his thunder.
Thanks, Matt. I'm coming to visit you next.
Oh, I'll come with. I like you.
No.
Fine, you work you too, buddy.
This is Matt and I's time. You and I had our time.
So be it. Anyhow, worst possible use of free will.
I mean, I'm happy for you both to come. It'd be nice to see you both.
I was going to. Ryan, I can't.
No, we have to go. We have to go together now.
I mean, Chewy's gonna be fine with me saving the money, so Anyhow, worst possible use of free will is going to a library in Arizona.
The only empty place in Arizona.
That is used for extracurriculars when people are not looking for books.
Everything apparently in Arizona. As soon as it closed, you need to bail because they're about to start to shoot porn in there.
Which, like, Arizona, worst place to shoot porn. It's hot as balls in there. You don't want to be getting that hot when you're doing that amount of activity.
No,
right.
Not a great place for porn. I'm going to stop that joke there. I was about to say something real mean. I'm not going to do it.
Say it.
Nope. So
no one from Arizona is listening to this podcast.
We might get one.
And then we will lose them. Who cares?
Anywhoozle, so we have Eleanor, and she needs to get her memories back from the good place. Not an easy thing to do for a human, so she has to put these things in her ears, and she's going to get to see 1 3-second clip from her afterlife. It doesn't go great for her. But it's one of the best sight gags in the entire show.
Well, it's not just a sight gag, though. The sound design on that is really good. It's very subtle, but you can just hear this kind of sort of like the crinkling of like the hair that's smoldering and like the burnt, and like it's just very sort of like, and you just have her just like sort of shaking and
He was wearing a bald cap with like a few remaining hairs, and then just
So
spits out all of her teeth. Just
yeah. Into the little Tupperware.
Yeah.
What I love about the setup for that is great as well, because you have you just have Michael getting a load of random crap
yeah,
out.
like a banana, a bucket. I don't. What was the third one?
Some kitchen roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Like a huge roll of it as well.
and just like what is that for? You'll find out. Like just we'll get there. Absolutely great sight gag. So when it comes back, after the opening credits, we have this little conversation, which I don't want to, I cannot skip over it. She's very proud of herself. Throws out that line of, "Can you believe my high school voted me most likely to die young and unaccomplished? You did die young and unaccomplished." Fair enough.
Well, about when we come back after the end credits as well, there's still smoke coming off of the top of her.
Oh yeah,
even
she
though all
looks
the
normal
hair's
again.
back.
Yeah,
And everything.
everything's back, but she's got a little bit of singe. Which is great. But this is
I love that line though. It's like, it's just the way that he looks at her and he's like, "You did die young and unaccomplished."
just her like, oh yeah. But I'm gonna take a quick pause here. If you just got back your memories from how long were they in the afterlife?
300 years.
300 years?
300 years.
Okay, so 300 years. You just got 300 years worth of memories just plugged back in your head.
Oh no, she doesn't. She just gets a 3-second memory. That's it.
But then she gets everything, because throughout the rest of the episode she gets everything, because that's
no. They just go through the.
Oh, you're talking about overall. She gets
overall. She ends up getting.
I don't think she got all 300.
No, she only got that one clips of that one reboot.
Yeah, where they were in love.
Because the Parmesan thing is the 3-second.
Oh, okay.
One that it gives her as the inoculation.
I thought she got them all back. Okay, that helps. But either way, my point will still kind of work, even if you didn't get them all back. If you knew that you had 300 years of memories or 300 years of lives, wouldn't your 30 years on Earth seem kind of pointless?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of these
arguments, I would say.
Yeah, like it gets kind of like, anyhow.
It's one of those things, though, isn't it? It's like, the human lifespan's about, what, 100 years-ish, if we're lucky.
About 80, but sure, yeah.
80, like, let's say an average 100 years. Say we meet a race of aliens, their lifespan is 1,000 years. Like, to us, like, to them, sorry, we would be dying in, like, adolescence.
Yeah.
It's compared to our, like, 30-year lifespan for us, 300 years seems like a lot, but then when you think about its eternity, that's nothing. Like,
yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to this episode.
Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest. I just I
was interested. That's why I let it keep derailing, but we should get back to this, because we still got quite a bit of episode here to talk about.
Yeah. Let's re-rail.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's not.
Whoa.
Let's not say that.
Yeah, that sounds a little.
Save it for the library or the diner.
That sounds a little cokey.
That was the thing. I didn't know which way we were gonna go there. Like, Ryan went one way, Brian went the other way. I immediately started thinking of Mindy St. Clair. Like, I didn't think that was the rail that would kill me.
Yeah.
I did a lot of coke.
Oh, I miss Mindy St. Clair. She's not around in this season at all.
I love cocaine. Sorry.
But I do like in this episode, we start getting some of those flashbacks to the Good Place. Because as much fun as season 3 is, we get very little Good Place in season 3. So kind of getting some of that stuff was a nice, kind of like a nice, it's like a clip show to episodes we never saw. Which was fun. And I love getting the pet stuff. The pet stuff I think is just some of the best sight gags in this episode. Eleanore with her iguana is just fantastic.
He's just crawling all over her head at one point. It's just.
It made me
wonder. You
wonder.
have to wonder, how much of that was actually scripted, that the iguana would cry that much, and how much was that just the iguana doing that while they just pointed a camera at her?
It left me going, is that Kristen Bell's iguana? Like, she's so comfortable that thing. Is that just her actual pet iguana? I don't.
It's a fair question, actually. Now I feel like I need to Google, does Kristen Bell have an iguana?
She was very comfortable with that thing, and it was fantastic. If you've never seen the video of her, what it's like when her husband brought a sloth over, it's one of the funniest things you can ever see. for the context, her favorite animal of all times is sloths, and she refused to meet them because she thought she could not emotionally handle it. So Dax Shepard brings a sloth over, and she hides under the covers in her bed and just sobs, like, I just know it's here, and I'm just too excited. It's like the funniest thing. Anyhow, back to the good place. We keep getting derailed today. Re-railing. I don't like it. I don't like the phrase. It's not for me. It's a tough
you
episode.
just yelled it though, so I really hope that your neighbors heard that.
What is he doing? He's re-railing. Anyhow, back on target. I love some of the flashbacks, but the flashbacks do make it a little bit tougher to talk about because it does kind of make it more into a clip show. And we just have a very good running conversation about Eleanor's determinism or newfounded determinism, and Michael trying to convince her that the determinism is just forking wrong. And he does though by showing her free will throughout the good place. But while that's going on, that means that we get a lot of good place shenanigans. My favorite being the purple space bubble. That is one of the funniest things I've seen in this show. Just he gives her the wrong memory to start. He's like, "Oh,
yeah,
is he ever gonna get out of there?
444 and say, "Oh, it must have been 445."
Is he in there? Yes. Is he ever gonna get out? No. Is he in pain? Most certainly. But wrong one. Wrong one. That's worth watching. It's great.
Yeah, I love the look. Like we should watch that at some point. It is very funny. I like as well the philosophy book is called Philosophy for Ding Dongs for Morons.
Yeah. But the scene that I think for me that really kind of brings this whole episode like really to heart is he mentions while he's doing all this stuff, he gets legitimately frustrated with her. He's like, and I complained to you in one of the reboots, and he shows the reboot where he complained to her. And it has to be like, I'm just trying to put myself in Eleanor's shoes. The weirdest experience she could have ever had in any of her reboots. In her mind, she was shopping for her Lonely Girls margarita mix for one. She gets hit by a shopping cart, and now she's in an office with some guy yelling at her about how not torturable she is, and he knows absolutely everything about her. That had to be the weirdest, like, what is happening?
But Christian Bale sells that brilliantly because it's like when he brings up the frequent sex dreams about Sam the Eagle, and she's like, he's just very authoritative, and I find that reassuring. But the look on her face is just pure confusion of just like, well, I find he's very authoritative, and I find that very reassuring. What the fuck is going on?
My favorite is when she realizes that she's dead. She goes, "Is Sam the Eagle here?"
What I love as well is like, I forgot to get a screen grab of it. When the little board comes up with like a load of different things about her. One of the things I did write down was the fact that she's got a Mr. Peanut tattoo somewhere.
That surprises me a little bit with her character, but I like it.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't surprise me at all. That's a drunken tattoo, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be a, hey, let's go get tattoos. Hey, Mr. Peanut on my butt or something like that.
Yeah, I'd buy that. Pretty ridiculous. But it works. All of this stuff works. Michael convinces her it's not determinism. What was the final nail in that coffin? I'm blanking now. Like what got her to come around?
Well, he pours the iced tea over her.
He just literally snaps her out of it. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So we get they're still in the sort of the library. And
then they're gonna shoot porno, so they have to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they go to the diner, and then that's where he shows her the sort of the flashback to when she sort of stood up and like said, "Oh, I'm not supposed to be here." The one that we'd actually seen.
Yeah.
And then like she's still going on about how blah blah blah, blah, and then he just like she's going on, and you just basically see it like watching it back and knowing what comes. You've just Ted Danson very slowly takes the lemon, puts it on the thing, takes the straw out, just slowly shakes it out, just turns and just tips it over her head.
Why did you do that? You were being so annoying. But she does. She comes around, she figures it out, and they come up with the best plan. They need to go find someone to help. And they don't say who it is in the end of this episode. We find out in the next one. But I'm not going to take the quote because it's going to be my quote from this episode, but her guess of who they're going to get to help is absolutely fantastic. It's
Yeah.
I'll save the quote when we get to quotes here in a second, but it's absolutely great. But at the same time, we do find out the bad place has not just been relaxing while they're up here doing stuff. They have been cooking up their own way to get to Earth to start forking with stuff. And they have come up with their own back door. They built their own, and they are going to figure out how to get to Earth. And by doing that, they need to bring back Vicky, who we haven't seen in a minute. And her coming back is just, you find out that we have not seen her as long as she's been gone. So Sean unzips her and she's like, ask Michael about how many times he's rebooted. We're way past that.
That's what I love about that is like the fact that the unzip and she's still going. Like,
still in the middle of her, like, he's been rebooting this whole time. Yeah, we know. You have missed a lot.
now I just want you to walk to that door and see if you explode.
And she does it, and she's fine. Now they're on Earth, which turns into a great episode next week. But we'll get to that next week because it's a great episode, and I'm excited to talk about it. But I have to ask my normal question I ask at the end of these episodes: what did I miss? Did I miss anything you guys were dying to talk about that I didn't get to?
I mean, there's a few little gags in the first one, like the high school is called the MGM Grand High School, which I thought was quite funny.
I missed that. That's good.
Cheaty's owl.
Yeah,
Cheaty's owl is great.
We didn't even talk about the owl.
Yeah, the owl or Jason trying to get a penguin because mythical animals. I'm gonna get a penguin. Penguins are real. That's the spirit, Eleanor.
What I love about that is when you see his penguin and he's got like the jersey on as well.
Oh yeah,
he's called him Bortles or something. There's another one in the first episode as well, which is so funny. It's just when Eleanor's gonna put open the stuffed animals.
Oh yeah,
and Michael just calls it Doc McStuffins.
Yeah,
easy there, Doc McStuffins.
So good.
All right, Ryan, was there anything we missed for you? Great, let's do quotes. Ryan, go first for quotes because you were so thirsty to do your one from the first episode.
It's just because it ties in so well with what we're doing right now.
Fantastic.
So they're in the car and Michael has to come clean about the fact that Eleanor has in fact loved someone, and he goes, "Oh crap. Remember how I told you that you knew everything important about your life? Well, I wasn't thinking about your afterlife life. In one of those afterlives, you and Chidi fell in love deeply. And I told him, and you told him that you loved him, and he told you that he loved you back." And Eleanor goes, "He did what now?" And Michael deflects her by going, "Do you want to listen to a podcast maybe?" And us doing a podcast about this show.
That's best.
And what I love about that is it's just immediate smash cut end credits.
Yep, that's it.
It's just, want to listen to a podcast maybe?
And he's leaning over.
So mine is exactly like I said it was going to be. It's the mom's quote at the end of the episode when Eleanor is getting her to realize that you are actually happy here. You're not trying to get away. And she does so by asking her a couple questions like, you do yoga. What do you do after yoga? We split avocado egg rolls at the Cheesecake Factory, but we also drink. What do you drink? Chardonnay with ice cubes. But after one class, I get sleepy, so I switched to water so I could drive home. Like a nerd. So good. Just absolutely brilliant. Go ahead, man.
Brilliant. So good.
Like a nerd.
It's the way that like, and she says Chardonnay as well.
Yeah.
Like she starts to tear up as well. It's like Chardonnay
with ice cubes. Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh man, I have a lot of quotes from this one. There's so many, so I'm gonna do two because fuck you guys.
Joel's not here. You get Joel's quote.
There we go.
Yep.
So this one. Let's say this one's Joel's quote.
Okay.
So how did you? So how did you and Ella become friends? let's just say we lived in the same neighborhood. Oh, what a fun way to say a normal thing, right?
Nailed it.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then at the end, it's like it's where Michael and they're saying goodbye at the end, and Michael goes up to Dave and is like, I sketched you up a little something, some ideas for your project. Wow, well, this is more than a few ideas. You solved the whole thing. Columns and porticos. Oh. Looks like you forgot to include bathrooms. Oops. Just a little oversight. I certainly use the bathroom like everyone else. I'd love to sit on the thing and just, shoot one out. Eleanor, I'll be in the car.
That was my second. That was my runner-up.
It's just the way he's just like he's doing his best to explain what pooping is, and he's just sort of like failing and just like quits out and like, nope, I'm in the car.
I'm gonna use my backup right now instead of going afterwards like we're supposed to, because my line's gonna be after Matt's, and then whatever, I'm just gonna do it anyways. It's in that same scene when they're reading back the votes for the PTA, and they get to like, we had so many for Eleanor's mom, I'm forgetting her name, 3 for this one, and then 1 vote for Bofa D's nuts. And Michael just looks at Eleanor and her like, oh, don't look at me like that. You're not my real dad. All right, Matt, you can do your final one now.
I've just spotted a very quick one from the first episode as well, and it's just Jason going something about, he's basically like Albert Einstein saying that really smart thing, E equals Mach 2.
Pretty great. All right, what's your second episode?
Second episode. It's just here we go. It's just after Michael's poured the iced tea over Eleanor's head. Why did you do that? Because I have free will and because you were being so annoying. Thank you. Oh yeah, the waitress then comes and hands the sort of like a towel and goes, thank you. I'm so sorry you did that. Happens all the time. Usually it's the younger woman doing it to the older guy though. Eleanor just goes, dude, not cool. Michael, disagree. I think it's the coolest thing I've ever done.
He's such a dork. All right, so
I mean, we saw how excited he got about just having some car keys.
I mean, that's true. So I can lose them.
And then do that thing where you go like you pat yourself down.
All right, so my quote comes with like, we need to get some help. We're gonna bring in somebody huge. We're gonna find someone. Eleanor cuts him off. Rihanna, good call. Her leg brushed against my tongue at a concert once. I licked her leg. I got kicked out. All right, Ryan, bring it home.
Bring it home. And this is the best cold open I think we've had. This library is so depressing. All they have in the poetry section is Jeff Foxworthy books. I had to stop. I was laughing so hard.
I feel like Jeff Foxworthy would appreciate that joke, though.
I think he would too.
All right, we're going to do a quick round of plugs. We're going to say goodbye. This show, every other show at the ATH Network, check out athpod.com. That's all I'm going to say. Ryan, what are you plugging?
You can find me on the Front Row Flashback. That's about it.
Cool. Matt, anything to plug?
Yeah.
Great. All right, so our quickest outro ever. How do you like that? Bye.
Go forward.
See ya.
Oh, yeah, I take off if I were you, though. The second we close out this podcast, they use it to shoot pornos.